Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a flip through of these two junk journals. They're finished. Really happy how they've come up. So it's going to be not hopefully not too long of a video, but we'll get started on this beauty. Loved making this one. This was all fabrics from Stephanie, and I just had so much fun doing the cover on this. It's all like a crazy patchwork type thing, but instead of sewing the seams, I've put all sorts of trim on it, and I just loved how it come up. The only thing probably that's different than when you've seen it last is I put this funky lace on the cover, because you know I was going to cover up this thing here, that you could see, and I love how that come up. Love that. So let's get started now. The information, because these are on my Etsy store, so I'll have a link below and you can pop over there and have a look too. Okay, the measurements are 16 by 24 centimeters, or 9.5 by 6.5 inches. That's the dimensions of that. The spine is 5 centimeters at the spine, or 2 inches, and it's got a hidden spine, so that means you can't see the signatures sewn in here. They're sewn in on a piece of the chipboard inside, which means you can't see the signature strings where they've been sewn in on the outside, because I wanted to showcase the pretty album. Junk journal. I keep calling them albums. Junk journal. Okay, it's got 3 signatures in here, and it's blooming pretty good, but it still sits nice and flat and closes well. But it's basically what I would call a naked journal. So I haven't done a whole lot of decorating in here. I've put I made a hidden paperclip little bookmark here, and really loved that. That was in a bag that Tanya gave me that, so I turned it into like a little hidden paperclip. And some of the pockets have got the only decorations really are some pockets and tucks and some journal cards. So I've got old photographs and journal cards from an old advertising book. So that's the only the only decorations in here. So it's left up to you to, if you choose to buy it, it's left up to you to add your own elements in here, your wording, whatever you want. Okay, so it's got how many? 186 pages, and that's more if you counted back and front. I only counted like 1, 2, so that's more if you count back and front. It's got a little button closure on elastic, and that is vintage fabric button closure. All of this is vintage fabric too on it. And whoever gets this, I just want to tell them that this piece here and this piece here are really special. This came off Stephanie's wedding dress and her mum's dress she wore to her wedding. So I wanted to include that information. I'll probably include it in the journal. So I'm not going to go through every single page, but I'll give you a quick flip through so you can see what the pages sort of look like and what's in here. Because it's a naked journal, see, this is an old typing book. Because it's a naked journal, I've just, haven't done any stenciling or texture pasting or anything like that. So, it's just left nice and bare so that you can add your own elements to it. But I've included some journal cards. So I'm just not even going to say what the pages are. I'm just going to quickly flip through, and you can see then sort of the sort of pages that I've put in it. I had heaps of fun making this. It was, you know, I've got old photos in some of those pockets as well. And that's the middle of the first signature. I've got like baker's twine holding the signatures in. I've got lace on the edges of not every page, but just some pages, just to add something special. And yeah, so there's a pocket there with an envelope, and there's a little belly band here with a piece of doily with an old photo and some advertising in it. So I used some of the old photos I got off Marketplace to put in both of these journals. So there's heaps of room to write, heaps of space to do your own thing in here. Old Sears catalogue. Here's a little flip. Beautiful old book pages in throughout. Some of my own tea-dyed paper. Some more old book page. Journal cards. They're the journal cards I backed with the paper bags, grocery bags. So you know, I'll have the link below in the description box, and you can pop over to my Etsy store and see them listed over there. Love the old journal card, the old pictures that I've made into journal cards. So there's a lot of pages in here, lots and lots of pages. It's the middle of the second signature. All sorts of things in that little pocket, old photo, old journal cards. The only thing that's not old in here is the scrapbook paper. Oh, and those paper bags. The rest of it's all vintage sort of books and stuff, which I've had fun with, and lace and all sorts of stuff like that. Some of my, there's just a few of my doily printables. I don't think I put any in that one, only in this journal. I hope you're all well and happy. It's raining here, it's cold, it's really miserable today. Dave's just come back from, because he didn't work in the rain today, he's just come back from playgroup. He took Asher to playgroup and had a ball with him. So I've been sitting here finishing this and taking photos and getting the Etsy listing all up. It takes a little while to do all that. There's a few doilies in there. Music paper, some little pockets there. So that's I thought I'll just, because it's mainly a naked journal, I thought I'll just give you a quick flip through just to see what sort of pages are actually in it. Another pocket there, some more pictures, tea-dyed paper. Love that picture. It's an old book I've got here. And then it's the middle of the third signature. More pictures in there. I think because I concentrated a lot on the covers, I thought, oh well, I'll just keep the inside fairly bare or minimal, and then people can, whoever buys it then can have their own fun with it. Because it does take a lot to sit and decorate a whole book, especially when you've got this many pages. But there's heaps of writing space, oodles of writing space. And then that's the back cover. So that is my first journal, and that is listed as the crazy hand sewn crazy patchwork, slow stitch patchwork journal. And that's the closure. Alright, that's the first one. Second one is my English paper piecing journal. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, we've just had lunch. Now, this one measures 19 centimetres by 22 or 8.5 inches by 7.5 inches. At the spine, it's 6 centimetres across. It's quite a wide spine, or 2.5 inches. It's got 3 signatures like the other one, and they're sewn in with a pamphlet stitch, same as the other one. And it has 189 pages. I think just a couple less or more than that one. It is a naked journal as well, or predominantly a naked journal. It has a vintage fabric covered button closure like the other one. It's got beautiful laces on the page edges. It has 2 elastics in here, and there's one at the front, you can see it in there, and there's one at the back, and that means you can fold pages in half and add them in. Because when I made this, I thought, wow, there's still a lot of room in this journal, so I thought I'd add some elastics, and you can add your own removable pages to the front or the back. Alright, the cover is all English paper piecing, and I've hand sewn the whole cover, each one, and then I made this, deliberately put this one in as the focal point of the hexagons, and just added some sequins and bits and pieces to that, and put a little word on it with the journal. Now, all these fabrics were given to me from a lady called Tanya in Tasmania. This one here, Sonia gave me that one. So they've all come from sort of different places that people have lovingly passed on, which is really lovely. And yeah, both of them have got the same velvet inside. This one has the velvet inside as well, and I've glued this one so it takes on the points of the English paper piecing, and folded these ones over so that you would have seen it in a previous video anyway. So when I made this, then I thought, well, it sort of looks pretty bare, so I've put a big pocket in front and back, a big crochet pockets, which are just beautiful. And all through this journal, there's my leftover English paper piecing that I had. Because I cut out this size with my dies, I had a heap of these pre-made ones that you get from I got them from Spotlight, they're already cut. So I glued them on the back, and you can use them as cute little journal cards. So they're all through the journal, plus little journal cards from an old book as well. Now this one, I made another little hidden paper clip with this cute little rose, and just some of the scraps that I have. And that just sits wherever you want in the journal. I've just put it in the front, but it can sit wherever you want to put it. And you can write something on there if you want to, or stick something on there. Okay, so we'll just quickly go through this album as well, because it's a naked journal. There's not a whole lot of decoration, but you can see the type of book pages that I have put in here. So I've got some of my hand-dyed, tea-dyed papers as well, and then lots of old paper. Here's another little hexagon. I thought this was a cute idea. Hexagon journal card, and journal cards that I backed onto those with those paper bags from the grocery store. So they're scattered through here in different pockets, and then I've added lace on the edges of some of the pages. And then, you know, if you're the recipient of this, you can go to town with your own decorations. Some old... That was an old pad from a metal place, you know, a scribble pad that someone would keep on their counter. I thought that was cool. Some of the Sears catalogue. Some of the old advertising books. There was 2 pages there stuck together. I must have put in 2 together. And that was some of the avocado dyed fabrics that Nat gave me. That's just gorgeous. I had to include some of that in there. And they're the sort of journal cards that, you know, I backed onto those paper bags. So it's just, yeah, like I said, a fairly bare book. But there's a lot going on in here, even if I say that, you know. So there's plenty of places to write. There's pockets, paper bag pocket, and each middle of the signature has a little pockets that are made from scrapbook paper. And it includes some of the old photos that I got off Marketplace, and then some of the journal cards as well. So that's the middle of the first signature, and we just keep going. They're sort of similar, but a few pages are different. I think I put bird pages in this one. We've got some lace on the edges, some paper doily books, advertising books, old vintage ones. Here is a piece of a doily. It's got a journal card sitting in there. Yep. And then a photo and another one of those little hexagon backed journal cards. Paper bag. I don't know whether I've cut that. I mightn't have cut it. I'll have to go through and have a look. I like this airmail paper. I've found a vintage pad of that at the op shop. These are all books I found from the op shop. Vintage paper. This is beautiful lace on this one. Really light vintage lace. More bird book. Some old photos. Yeah. Aeroplane jelly ad. And another backed English paper piece. Hexagon. So yeah, like I said, they were the leftovers when I was making this journal, so I thought I'd include them in there. The rain's coming down heavy now, and it's out there grumbling as well. Gee, the lightning woke us up the other night. Here's the middle of the second signature. There's a journal card here that looks like an old tin. There's journal cards in here as well, and old photos, and then there are pockets in there. Keep going. Love the old book pages. Lace edges. We've got so much lace. There's an old photo from Marketplace, and journal card, and another little journal, backed journal, English paper piece. Beautiful laces. Paper bag. Some more advertising. And the last signature. Dress advertising. Yeah, heaps of pages in here. You wouldn't be disappointed for writing space, I tell you. But it's in saying that there's heaps of decorating space too. Some more old journal cards. And there's another English paper piece in there as well. Another piece of Nat's beautiful avocado dyed lace. I must give that a go this summer. Some tea-dyed paper, airmail paper, that metal placed writing pad, beautiful laces. Ledger paper. That's the middle of the third signature, and it's got all sorts of little journal cards in there, little pocket, lace pocket, and then others that sit up here as well, other in that pocket, and then just a little bit of lace embellishment there. Like I said, it's just very lightly decorated so that whoever gets it can make it their own. Some more journal cards. Old photo. Not sure where. Oh, some of them are written on the back. Ah, oh, it's in Wellington. Rocks at something Bay in Wellington, New Zealand. I think a lot of those old photos came from New Zealand that I got. Or whoever owned them was from New Zealand originally. There's another English paper piece that's backed so you can journal on it. Airmail paper, beautiful laces. Music paper. Sears catalogue, beautiful bird pages. And that is the end. I think there's even there's even an English paper piece journal card in the back. So that is my two journals. This one has got, they're both soft covers with hard spine. I call them a hybrid. And it's got the same sort of closure, a vintage covered, fabric covered button. So they're the two journals that are available. And if you pop over to my Etsy store, you'll also see my other two journals there. Okay, they're still sitting there. I'm patiently waiting for someone to love them. And but Christmas is coming up. If you want a one-of-a-kind Christmas gift, so they're the four that are available in my Etsy store, and they're the two that have just been finished. So that's my flip through. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you're new here, these are some of the journals that I've recently finished that are for sale. And yeah, all the info will be in the description box below. You can pop down there and see them in my Etsy store. And yeah, if you've got any questions or anything, you can just leave a comment or have a look through. There's not how many? There's probably 10 photos on Etsy. I used up all the photos that I could. But yeah, if you want a better look, just rewind this video and have a slower look through it and see if you like it. Okay, so stay safe, stay happy. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you real soon in a new video. Bye.